I've missed these. Even though they take for freaking ever. Oh, mid-chapter break. Okay. I spun around in a swooshing motion and started walking toward my house. Come on, now I'm just imitating Neon. We'd been walking at a swift pace for a while, and somewhere along the way, Rena started skipping. Not the answer I was looking for. After club activities wrapped up, Rena and I walked home from school together. She seemed in especially high spirits today. This was the first time she ever claimed first place in a logic game, but even so, she looked as happy as a kid at a festival. And that smile on her face as she handed me on that shopping list, like she was finally getting even for a long-standing grudge, and did so by saying thanks with thunder crackling in the background. That's how it felt anyway. I was still thinking those pointless thoughts as I reached my house. I put my hand on the doorknob and, won't open. Oh, nobody's home. Dad's at work today and Mom went out with some other people. I pulled the key with the first seal keychain out of my pocket, intending to unlock the door. Then slid in the keyhole, gave it a turn, and pushed front door open. The house felt quiet and empty with nobody inside. It's like the moment people step out of a house, it starts to feel like an abandoned house. I slipped my shoes off, then made my way upstairs. I set my bag down inside the room and thought about what to do. While I was lying on the bed, my stomach started to growl. I need to get something before dinner time. So, I made my way down the stairs and around to the kitchen, then started randomly opening the refrigerator and cabinet doors.
Nai! Nai!
It's a crisis. No matter where I looked, I couldn't find anything to eat. My shoulders slumped and I let out a deep sigh. Wait, normally my parents would prepare for something for me when they were planning to be out. But at some point I said something flippant like, you can't just buy anything from anywhere. And Mom took that as an excuse not to make me anything. Yeah, that's right. But being left with nothing at all is still rather obnoxious. Humans are selfish creatures. I spoke softly to myself. Why? Because she wouldn't just let me say something like that. Mion came in last, by far, in today's club activity. What the hell is this music? Was this actually played on one of those recorders? Kinda sounds like it. Sounds like they actually took one of those terrible plastic recorders you get like in first grade. Seems like they're able to play it though. Naturally, Reina and I were tied for first place. Eventually, Reina gave me on her shopping list. Then she approached me expecting something equally biting. I felt a little intimidated asking for a favor like this for the first time in my life. But it couldn't be helped, so I gave her my request. But that moment, Mion simply tilted her head. I heard it over and over. Yeah, that's fine. Hurry up and buy it. I'm getting hungry. I was on the verge of shouting that at her at the time. When I heard the doorbell, I headed over to the entrance and opened the door to find Mion waiting there.
Nice timing da.
さっき天に向かって「ミオン早く買ってこい!」って言ってたでしょ。
なんでだ。
やっぱり
なんでわかったミオン。
Hey, Keiichi? Just kind of a, just kind of something. Could you ask her out on a date, like, right now? We want to avoid some ugly things that might happen in the future. Just ask her out on a date right now, could you?
だって声が聞こえたもんね。
本当か。
Mion cackled to herself as the panicked, that can't be true look started to show on my face. She got me.
それにしてもなんでこんなものをお使いに？しかもたった1個。
Her eyes fixated on the one thing I asked her to buy. Cup noodles. Specifically, the big name variety, Deca Cup. Tonkatsu pork and ginger flavor.
いいだろ別に。好物だし、俺の今日の夕飯だし。
これ夕飯だったの？
だっておふくろ今日は留守だからさ。
なんだ。それなら何か作ってきてあげた方が良かったかな。
Seriously, you got the perfect opportunity. Ask her out on the date now. Let's avoid something bad happening in the future.
ミオンが？
Like right now, we can do this.
お前料理できるのか？
失礼な。おじさんを見くびっちゃいけない。料理は得意中の得意なんだからね。
Mion put her hands on her hips as she mouthed off at me. But I couldn't believe it. With that face and that getup? Can't be true.
何よその顔。
だって実際に見てないしな。
んだ、いつか見せてやる。その時はギャッフーンと言わせてやるからね。
ああ、楽しみにしてるぞ。
Then, Mion grabbed her bags as she delivered that answer with a smile. Both her hands were full, with huge shopping bags. That's a massive load of stuff. I took a quick glance at the contents. 500 grams of pork, 2 packaged eggs, 5 servings tofu, 4 milk cartons, 0.8 liters soy sauce, some carrots, long onions, pumpkin, regular onions, potatoes, beans, cabbage, socket mushrooms, king trumpet mushrooms, spinach, bean sprouts. Looking a bit more closely, I noticed a variety of spice bottles. Mion pulled Raina's shopping list out of her pocket and started reading out the names of the spices.
色をつける組料でサフラン、パプリカ、ウコン、クチナシでしょ。それから辛みをつける新味料で胡椒、唐辛子、わさび、からし。最後に香りをつける香味料でクローブ、ミント、タイム、ローズマリー。セージ、バジル、フェンネル、キャラウェイ、フェンネルシード。
But no bay leaves.
アニアス、オレガノ、クレソン、
There they are.
バー、
Okay.
月桂樹の葉、コリアンダー。
Each time she listed a name, I compared it to the label on the vial. And then, all the way in the bottom of the bag, I found an entire watermelon.
だってレナ、今度本格料理に挑戦するんだって言ってたからね。
Even if she said that, aren't there limits to these things? What was she planning to make? Authentic curry or Italian cuisine? Seems more like harassment to me. Moreover, it wasn't just the one bag. Mion had another equally daunting shopping list filling another bag.
ミオン、お前これ全部持ってきたのか？
そうだよ。だって罰ゲームだしね。
I looked Mion in the eyes. I could see the toll the weight was taking on her arms. She had a calm look on her face, but I could see the streaks of her muscles running down her neck and along both her arms, sapping her of all her strength.
そんじゃあケイちゃん、また明日。よっと。
Dude, help her out and ask her on a date so we can avoid things. Come on, man. Be smart about this. It felt like the earth was bending under the extreme weight.
待てミオン。
I suddenly started running over to her.
待てったら。
どうしたの？
俺どうせ暇だし、一緒に持ってってやれよ。
As soon as I said that, I grabbed one of the shopping bags and immediately started walking.
いいよ。あ、いいってば。ちょっと。
I figured she'd shoot me down, so I had to start walking without asking permission. Eventually, I could hear Mion's footsteps approaching from behind. Then, once she got up to me, she walked beside me and smiled.
ありがとう。
Let me move these over a bit. Huh?
やっぱりちょっと重かったからね。
Mion was being surprisingly amicable. Normally, she would have flat out refused. But there was clearly something different about Mion today. Maybe her usual tomboy demeanor was just for show? Our shadows moved side by side as we walked down the sunny road. The cries of the Higurashi echoed all around us.
どうしたミオン？
There was something she wasn't saying, so I decided to ask more directly.
何が？
いや、元気がないみたいだから。
別に。
Mion simply muttered that, then we returned to walking in silence. And then...
あのさ。
何？
I opened my mouth again to ask what the subject had been bothering me all day.
部活の時間に呼び出されただろ。あれ、誰が来たんだ？
ああ、ちょっとね。
ちょっと、何？
Once she came back, she seemed completely drained. And you know, I just thought of something. Considering how quickly Reina put everything together in previous episodes, like how she figured out exactly what happened with Rika and Satoko, just by seeing the fact that their soy sauce bottle was empty, and being able to piece it together, how would she not be able to do a logic game? I know it's a slightly different line of logic, but still... It just seems a little off to me. When she came back, she seemed completely drained. Reina noticed it too and even asked Mion about it. It's been bothering me too for a while now.
もしかして、夕べのことか？
The moment I said that, Mion held her breath. Yeah, I know it's filler, but still. She turned to look around, then looked straight at me. It's those eyes again. Her eyes lit up just like that when she was asking Shion about our conversation on the night of Watanagashi.
ゆうべって。
Yeah, clue is formulaic logic, yes. But then again, so is putting two and two together and going, huh, Mion must have done something here and called Satoko, called Satoko in to die. Because, well, where else would she go with a big empty soy sauce bottle? So that's the only thing that makes sense. I mean, come on. I'm sorry, solving Clue doesn't take nearly the leap in putting two and two together as that does.
ゆうべのことって何？
I flinched the moment her eyes started glaring at me. The intensity of her attack clawed at the back of my neck. And just to set the record straight, I'm terrible at Clue. Because I have a problem weeding out things. based on the fact that someone's, you say that and someone says, oh, I have something. And then it's like, well, I can't eliminate any of those things, can I? Because I overthink it way too much. Anyway. Fear can sometimes drive people to do completely illogical things when faced with an opponent whose power vastly surpasses their own. So I recklessly opened my mouth again and kept asking.
だから祭りの後に何か起きたのかなって。ほら、たたりで人が変な死に方したり、急に行方不明になったりするって聞いたからさ。
Mion didn't say anything at all. Maybe she was feeling frustrated deep in the bottom of her heart. And Keiichi has learned absolutely nothing from being murdered a handful of times. Go figure. It was a rather naive and childish question. However, Mion continued intently gazing downward.
誰から聞いた？
え？
誰から聞いた？
I struggled to answer her.
誰から？
Ooh, that's an angry Mion.
誰から？
It's a good angry Mion face, I'll say that. Both of Mion's eyes were open incredibly wide. Mion released her grip on the shopping bag and it slammed down on the ground. The contents of the bag spilled out and scattered across the street. For a moment, it felt like the world stopped moving. And then, a damp breeze blew a fishy aroma all around. Mion looked surprised when she finally noticed. Then she crouched down on the street and started collecting the scattered contents from the bag. I helped Mion gather the groceries she dropped. Meanwhile, Mion idly said what she was already certain of.
シオンだね。
I couldn't say anything to the contrary.
そっか。やっぱりあいつ余計なこと。
Then I spit out a reply.
ミオ、別にシオンは。
But I couldn't figure out what else to say.
行かないで。
え？
All of a sudden, Mion said something, but it was too quiet for me to hear it. I turned to look straight toward Mion, and although she was still looking downward, I could see her mouth moving. What is it? Mion? What are you saying?
シオンにもう近づかないで。
Meep. Can do. Okay, can definitely do that. Hang on. I'm taking a screenshot of this. Okay. I might have other uses for this. I don't know. Okay, how about that? Yes, that has to do 4. And okay. That is saved. I might find uses for this eye later. I don't know. The weight of those words crushed me. In a flash, the distances between our faces shrank and Mion's sharp eyes were clearly visible. It felt like I was trapped by an ominous shroud of darkness. I couldn't move.
シオンにはもう近づいちゃダメだから。
We should take this to heart, I think. I nodded to her, terrified. But I couldn't say anything. Suddenly, Mion's eyes turned back to normal. And the next moment, Mion was cackling out loud.
ケイちゃん。
え？
その格好。
I finally noticed I'd fallen back onto my butt and was sitting in the middle of the road. I think there was a certain steam badge around Angry Mion. How undignified.
カエルみたいだよ。
A frog?
ひっくり返って腹出したカエル。
That's turtle you're thinking of, I think. Mion was rolling with laughter. Was Mion always like this? Mion and I gathered all the groceries that spilled out, then resumed our walk toward Reina's house. After walking for a while, Mion began to speak in a quiet voice.
ケイちゃん。ケイちゃんは私の仲間だからね。
Seriously, dude, ask her out on the date now. This only gets worse if you don't. Mion turned to me and smiled after saying that, then continued.
落ち着いたら全部話す。約束する。
Then again, if somebody had told Keiichi that back, way back when, I think it would have actually prevented him from doing the stupid things. You know?
だからもうシオンに近づかないでね。
I couldn't say anything more. I watched as Mion looked downward, hiding her expression.
おいたが過ぎるね、シオンも。
Could you pick either normal Mion or creepy Mion and stick with it? Please? The switching back and forth is unnerving.
あんまり嗅ぎ回るようなら仕方ないね。
And we never saw Mion again. Well, yeah, I guess we never will see Mion again. Considering the events of last chapter. As she said that, it felt like Mion's shadow was creeping ever closer. The cry of the Higurashi echoed around me once again. Chapter break.